Hi, Brittany. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, our last session, we talked about your plans after graduation.
Yes, we did.
So, let's talk a little more about it.
Well, last time we talked, I was really torn between what exactly I want to do. And I think I'm down to like two choices of either staying here and doing like an internship slash like job and maybe going back to like doing grad school while doing that, or going home and trying to do an internship and grad school out there.
Okay, so you have a lot of options. It sounds like you're kind of overwhelmed with like all the different things you could be doing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back to where I was like a year ago because transferring to a new school, I had to make huge decisions on why I wanted to do it, if I was making it for the right, like, just doing it for the right reasons or anything like that. But now that I'm back here, like almost a year later, it's kind of overwhelming me with it's coming so quickly, so I have to like make a decision soon.
Right. So, I mean, you did transfer already from a different school. Like, what made you come here? What appealed to you here? I mean, would you consider those things making your decision?
Yeah, I think they would. I mean, it was like I only moved like 70 miles north, which was like not bad, so I'm like still connected to people down there. But I think what's holding me back is that I've been gone for so long from my family that it'll be another year or two, which would put me about 7 years away from home. And I think that's really, really impacting my decision. And being at UND is amazing, and I love like the people I've met, and like obviously like the athletics are amazing and my team's amazing. It just at some point I have to let that go. But at the same time it's just like I'm new here, so it doesn't seem like I've had a lot of time.
Right. So, I mean, you could be feeling that you're still new here and you're learning new things here, new experiences here. I mean, being away from home is probably super hard for you. Would you maybe look into different internships or graduate programs almost like halfway so you're close to your friends and family, or your friends here and still close to your family?
I think it's definitely something I could look into. I haven't really, but it's definitely an option. I just feel like if I'm gonna go somewhere else, I would want to go closer to home, and like the adventure of going home and maybe doing a school, maybe not exactly like 5 minutes from my house, but at the same time, I've had such a great like 4 years out in North Dakota in general that I feel like I'm not done here yet.
Right. So, I mean, have you thought about the pros and cons of staying here or moving back home?
Yeah, I feel like the pros of staying is I'm really happy on my own. I've met a ton of great people, and I feel like they've all like become my family out here, so it's just as hard of leaving them as it is leaving my actual family, which is absolutely amazing. But at the same time, I feel like some cons would just be the time away. I've already missed so much at home. But I think another pro would be like the relationship I have out here with somebody. He's out here for a few more years, and I feel like if we have a future, I would have to stay out here, and he's willing to move to California eventually. But I don't know if I want to wait to go home. Because when I go home for, like, breaks, it's just, like, overwhelmingly, like, happy, and I have a great time. And then when I leave, like, I always have, like, a sense of, like, I want to cry. Which is, I don't know, but
yeah,
I think that's a huge con of I just don't like leaving the places I am, because I have such a strong, like, hold on each place.
Yeah, that's so hard. I mean, you talked about moving like to do grad school out of state, but like in California. But you were saying that not just like 5 minutes from your house, but if you went, I mean, California is a big state. You could go to one side and be like hours away from your house still. So, I mean, do you see a difference between moving to California hours away and staying here? I mean, like, what's the difference in that?
I guess the only difference would be that I could drive home instead of traveling for like 7+ hours on a plane. like when people leave here and they're like, oh, I'm going home for the weekend, I like get like a sense of jealousy because I don't have that option. So I think that is a huge reason why I'm trying to look at going back. But I have so many connections out here from like coaches, professors, people I've worked with, even like some teammates' parents have like offered to help with places in like the Midwest, which is amazing. So I think that is something I need to look into a little bit more.
Right.
And the same thing at home. Like I have some connections, and my mom has a lot of connections that could help me out. I think the ultimate is like leaving North Dakota. I'm gonna be so far away from all my friends that it's just gonna be like weird to go home and like kind of have to start over again that I already did like a year ago.
Right, because you have your high school friends from California, but you left those people 4 years ago, and then you came here, you went to a different school, and you had all that like group of friends, and then you left there, and you came here, and you're building new memories, new friends. So do you think all this moving, I mean, do you feel like you want to move more because you want to make new memories somewhere else again, or because I feel like you don't like to stay in one place. You like to move around.
I would definitely agree with that. I love the sense of like just starting over because like you can reinvent yourself and you meet your like friend group grows. But I think I've just had such good luck where I've been at that it's like improving my chances of going somewhere else, and I think it's gonna happen again, which I know it might not. But I think that's what's holding me here is just like I've had so much fun. I'm continually having fun. I have one more season, and I think being at UND really has like shaped me as a person that I never thought I could be. So I think that's my huge reason of why I want to stay here for a little bit longer.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like that's my like main reason of why I want to stay here. The only reason about going home is just like it's California. Like obviously everyone wants to like visit and like live there, and I'm like lucky enough to like say my family lives there, and having them so close would be amazing. But I guess from what you said, I could also go there and still be hours away, and I probably wouldn't see them just as much as I would if I lived out here. So I think that's something I really have to take into consideration. Like, is there really any difference of staying here where I'm happy, I have a lot of connections, a lot of friends, rather than going somewhere new again where I'm at to start completely over and still not see my family as much as I think I would.
Exactly. So, I mean, you can either move again and start fresh, which it seems like you do like to do. You like to meet new people. You like to have new adventures. But you also are almost not even settled here. You know, there's so many more new things you could do here. Think of like your internship. You could meet so many new people or so many new experiences there with that. So I think you really have to think about your pros and cons. Shoot.
Yeah, I think that's something I should probably do. Which I probably just need a lot more time to think about it.
Yeah, I would give it more time. I mean, you do have some time still left to really think about what you want to do and where you want to go.